And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Go ahead and say it, Ed. Go Dragons!
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
You like that? You like that?
F it. Jamar's down there somewhere.
The New Orleans Saints select Marcus Davenport.
No!
Splash Brothers. Yep.
It's playoff. Keep going, Brace.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Andre was supposed to be on tonight, or I invited him on tonight, but I said, you got a big game. Stay home and watch your Cowboys on Sunday Night Football against the Niners. I said, hopefully it's a good game. It is not a good game. He also had tickets to it, but he chose not to go.
Wow.
Oh, that was probably smart.
Yeah, so very smart. Very smart.
Hey, Coach Blank needed this, so that's good.
Yeah. If I forget about that. Hey, Bill's a Niners fan, kinda, with OJ, but he also despises the Niners because of Vernon Davis. But 42-10, that's shocking, man.
They're gonna lay a 50 burger.
That's shocking. 14 minutes left.
Dak is not Kirk Cousins.
What is Dak?
A bum.
Like, what is Dak, man?
I don't know.
What are the Cowboys?
Confusing.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
Did Jerry Jones get involved in like the
He's
game
about
planning
to
or something?
Got to name
I don't
Jason
know.
Garrett head
The
coach.
Niners are good.
The Niners are
good.
freaking good. They are. I thought they were going to have a down year this year, and they're 5-0, and they ain't been in a freaking game yet.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. What is Brock Purdy? How about that?
System.
Is it though?
Absolutely.
He's a system gangster then.
He freaking works in that system though. It's crazy. It pisses me off. But yeah, week five. Our first bye weeks happened this week. Some of the best teams in football. The Bucks, the Seahawks, the Chargers, and who's the other team? Bucks, Seahawks,
Browns.
Chargers. Who?
Browns.
Yeah, there we go. Cleveland,
Mark
baby.
on the bench, yeah.
Yeah, four of the best teams in football.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jordan.
He just go yard.
Yeah.
Does it make it a relevant game?
It is 6-2.
So no. What inning?
Bottom of the 8th.
Nah. That's 3 bombs for Jordan in 2 games.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah, week 5. Some pretty good games today. It was pretty wild. Close games pretty much all around. I think the only road team that won in the noon slate was the Saints in 34-0 shutout fashion. So shout out to Hoodats.
How bad are the Patriots?
How bad's Mac Jones?
Pretty bad.
Everything about the Patriots just not good.
Belichick needs that. Like at this point, he's hurting his shine.
Yes.
On his Hall of Fame bust. So, and
but at the same time, like, it's the Patriots, but like, who is next? Like, I can't imagine the Patriots bringing in Ben Johnson or imagine the Patriots bringing in Mike McDaniel and him running this like wild historical like offense that no one's seen before, or the one that's like not very old school or the Patriot way. Like, who's next?
It's got to be somebody because it's horrible. I mean,
are they gonna flip the whole culture though? Or are they gonna try to keep it the Patriot way just with a new guy leading the charge?
I think the Patriot way might have been a big nothing burger. It might have been you had the GOAT at quarterback for
Yeah.
a lifetime.
And I wonder how much of the Patriot way is Robert Kraft compared to Bill Belichick. If it's Kraft holding it in, then it might not ever go away. I mean, he might continue to be that kind of guy.
I think it's more Belichick.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's Belichick, and I think it's just Belichick not wanting to let things go. The way that they bring in players too, like when you don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback at the helm, it just doesn't work because now, like what Hall of Fame quarterbacks do, whether it's him or Peyton Manning or Drew Brees, they make average players great. They take good players and turn them into Hall of Famer. So the Patriots are known for having average Joe players, working pail kind of guys, right? Lunch pail kind of guys. And when you got Mac Jones at quarterback and not Tom Brady, well, I mean, of course it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just like it's something that we've obviously been watching for, I mean, literally for me my whole life. Ever since I've watched football, it's been
like they're not even good on defense anymore. Like
no, and it looked like they were for the first couple weeks, and then the elite Saints offense goes and puts up 34.
Stinky Pete put up 34 on them.
Well, 7 of those were the Badger. Don't discredit him.
Yeah.
Tom Brady did a 2.5 hour long podcast recently for a guy named Patrick Bet David. If y'all ever get a chance to watch it, like Chance, I would probably play that thing for my kids at school, just as a motivational type speech. But he talked about creating culture in the locker room and building relationships. And it sounds like not only did Tom Brady have an impact on the offense, but he was key in the locker room that helped build, those players up on defense too. So
just all around leader. I believe that.
Yeah, and he talked about installing guys on a team that are dogs and that kind of buy in, and if he's selling that culture and he's winning championship after championship, all is well. But when he leaves and then they start losing, well, there goes the culture. Right?
Yep. Yeah.
So I am.
Man, I don't know.
I'm over here talking up Tom Brady, and I'm a lifetime Peyton Manning and Drew Brees fan. So that hurts my feelings to do that. But I think it's absolutely. I think it's the truth.
It brings up that debate, the debate of was it Brady or was it Belichick is alive and well right now because of the fall off.
I think it's settled.
Yeah, I think we all know the correct answer now, and that doesn't take anything away from Belichick, because he still had that. He still would put together really good defenses, obviously.
Hey, he drafted Tom Brady and he played him
exactly, and he drafted Julian Edelman, Wes Welker. He gave all them guys shots. He drafted Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski, stuff like that. So he's part of it, but he wasn't the person that was making it go, like Tom was. So it's crazy.
Belichick has the personality of a porcupine. So I mean,
it's something that I can't fathom the next era. I can't. And it's probably Kyle, you were a little bit older and in that era, think to the
horrible
the Bulls with MJ.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So whenever MJ was officially done with Chicago, how did
Tony Kukoc's team?
What happened?
It was Tony Kukoc's team, and then they had the GM who thought
he was Kukoc's team.
God. Yeah, he thought he was God, and it just crumbled.
They shut in the Last Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be the most comparable thing to what we're about to experience.
It's the only comparable thing.
Yeah, and then maybe did the Lakers have any downtime after the Showtime Lakers? A little bit, maybe.
No, they kept 9 players.
And then,
in the 90s, I don't think they won a championship.
Yeah, there was a couple of years there. Then they drafted Kobe, and then Shaq came over, and then it was lights out. Um, what I'm thinking back to is the Pats prior to Tom Brady. Um, like you forget that Drew Bledsoe was a Pro Bowler every year with a rocket arm, so he was good. But prior to that, I don't think the Pats were very good.
No, not
franchise.
really, not really. It is crazy to see them. So
Now
I mean,
he might build it back up. I'm not trying to crack on Bill
I don't
Belichick.
think. I don't think.
But if he doesn't, I think it's because of his age more than anything. I think he's aged out.
But all right, so how about this though? Maybe the last shot at it. They're not doing well. They have their own draft pick.
Get a quarterback.
Drake May.
Yeah.
Drake May to New England, like that feels right.
Yeah.
What would like?
But then you got to commit to.
You got to get real weapons.
That's a 3 to 4 year buy-in, though.
Yeah.
That's 3 to 4 years.
And you've got to commit to surrounding your rookie phenom quarterback rookie contract with weapons, a serviceable O-line, and they got to build back the defense, and they got to quit. They got to quit being the TJ Maxx of the NFL and trying to get everything on discount.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just stop. Just
Yeah.
go get some guys and play ball. And I mean, I don't feel bad for Boston people, but you do kind of. I don't feel bad for them.
No, they've won enough championships throughout all of their sports teams. We do not shed a tear.
And they're a horrible fan base. Like, they're terrible.
Oh, only one worse is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Screw Philly. So I mean, let's stick on that topic and let's talk about that game. So Saints Patriots.
We were talking about the game.
Well, but we don't have been focusing on the downfall of the Patriots franchise, so we can talk a little bit more about the Hoodats and the shutout win.
Yeah, the defense. Defense is great.
I think Chance made the comment today that it's almost solidified top 5.
Oh, it's a guaranteed top 5. Like who's better?
The
Niners.
Niners, yeah.
And I would still take the Eagles.
Niners and Eagles. That's about it.
Might be about it.
I mean,
the
Cowboys just gave a 40 piece to
when the Cowboys lost Diggs, that took a big hit to them. The Bills are losing every player.
I don't want to talk about that. Poor Josh.
I mean, I can't think of another.
There's not one. Not a one.
I mean, the Jets defense is pretty good still. I think I would take the Saints though.
And it's our secondary that
Detroit's is pretty good.
Detroit's ain't bad. Theirs is not
Detroit,
bad.
the Jets, the Saints. I think those they're all fighting for 3. Kansas City's is also very good. Somehow, some way. Yeah, I would say the Saints are probably it right now though.
Yeah, and it's a shame that our offensive play calling is so bad.
Yeah.
Like, even today, I mean, they killed him, so Derek Carr didn't need to have a big day, but his numbers aren't just
$189.
His numbers aren't what we expected coming into the year.
At all.
Well, I will say this though. I kind of knew that it was going to be on the offensive coordinator. If we had the right offensive coordinator, we could probably get it done with Jameis.
Yeah.
100%.
Just given the weapons that we have around.
Yeah, and James can sling the ball.
Yeah.
So I think
because honestly, I don't think anyone really wants to fully say it, but some of the same problems and some of the same stat lines that we've seen so far from Carr are the ones that we were seeing from Winston, and we're like benching him for. But now we've got
underwhelming.
we've got a like full multi-year salary commitment to Carr. You're not going to bench that guy for this. Like with Jameis, he was a 1-year deal, $8 million. You can bench him and play Andy Dalton. But
and he had a bad
Carr,
reputation.
Yeah, with Carr, you've got to play this guy, and it doesn't feel like they're maybe outside of a little bit in terms of the turnovers. But like, was Jameis that bad at turnovers in New Orleans? I feel like he
wasn't terrible.
No.
He just didn't.
It doesn't feel like for the price difference of $8 million to what are we paying Carr, $40 million? It doesn't feel like there's enough of a difference as there should be.
Well, what we did is we went out and got. Now I'm not saying this may not be a great analogy, but we went out and got a race car, but then we didn't purchase the gas to put in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you've got to get. Dennis Allen's like, I don't think we should make any I don't think coaching changes. Like, bro, you're going to be the coaching change.
Yeah, like you're asking for it.
Which I hate it because Dennis Allen is a wonderful, obviously a defensive guru.
Yeah.
So we need that piece, but he's got to bring in a freaking offensive coordinator. Like last season we were the first Saints team since 2006 to average less than 21 points a game. Do you know what the NFL was like in 2005? There were monsters roaming the field. Ed Reed, those type of cats.
Brian
Urlacher. Take your freaking head off over the middle. The NFL was a different animal back then.
John Taylor was alive, huh? When did he die? Sean Taylor? Yeah, he died in like 2007, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. So there were monsters, and for us to average less points now than we did then, and to like have the weapons we do is embarrassing.
Oh, Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Shaheed, Kamara, Miller, Williams.
Hey man,
DeJuan Johnson.
They can't guard Mike again. They can't guard him.
No, like we've got so many weapons, just not using them. They're not being used right.
Derek Carr did up his targets with Mike Thomas today, though.
Yeah.
Thomas had a good game,
which is nice to see the chemistry develop.
There was some concern pregame that Olave tweaked his ankle, so
It looks fine.
Yeah, I mean he looked fine, but he only had like what, 1 catch, 2 catches, and a touchdown. So
and we have found a budding star at the 3 spot with freaking Shaheed.
2 catches for 12 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, so obviously there's probably something there because we expected it to be almost an Olave game after last week where he did nothing against Tampa Bay, I believe. Shaheed 2 catches for 28, but I mean a big play, 25 yards. That's who he is.
Shout out Foster Moreau.
Yeah,
Foster Moreau scores his first touchdown since cancer.
Yeah, in Cancer Month as well. Yeah, pretty cool. Saints defense is good. Shout out the Honey Badger.
Elite.
And the Niners just got a safety. No, they didn't. Marked them on the 1.
Dak is trash.
This stuff they took out Dak. It's Cooper Rush show.
Dang.
Anything else with the Saints? I think Kamara's back, and I like the way we're using him.
He looked good today.
22 carries for 80 yards, 3 catches for 17 yards, and became the Saints' all-time touchdown leader in his 6th season?
Yep.
Which is shocking. Kyle, did that come out as a surprise to you too?
As a what?
As a surprise that Kamara's the touchdown leader for the Saints now in history?
Well, I'm trying to think back, who's number 2?
Probably Deuce.
I think Deuce. It's got to be. I think
it
was a 71st touchdown today.
I guess that just goes to show how much we've used him.
Yeah,
I mean, he's been a focal point since day one.
And you got the Christmas game of 6 touchdowns, which was that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But And which 6 years, most teams I would expect their running backs are the guys that hold the records, and 6 years for a running back is a pretty good career.
Yeah, but
in terms of elite play,
it's more like 5 years with him though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And about our history, Deuce is like the only one that was there for a long
I bet
period.
Ingram's up on the list.
Mark's probably close, yeah.
Mark's probably top 5.
And Marcus Colston's
I'm
probably
about to say Marquise Colston's probably
Pierre
up
Thomas.
Pierre Thomas. Probably.
Michael
Mr.
Thomas might be up
Screen
there
Pass.
as well.
Can't guard him.
He played 4 years or so before the injuries, but he could not be guarded.
He had 4 years of not being guarded, yeah.
Jimmy Graham might be up there with all the touchdowns he caught. Jimmy had like a 15 touchdown year or something.
So here's the list.
Okay.
Colston is number 2, Ingram 3, Deuce 4, Dalton Hilliard 5, Jimmy Graham 6, Joe Horn 7, Eric Martin. Wow, I didn't know Eric Martin would be that high. Eric Martin's above Pierre Thomas and Lance Moore. Michael Thomas is at 12. Listen, who's at number 15?
Robert Meacham.
Taysom.
Take a guess. That's right. Taysom.
Number 15 in Saints history. How far is Jimmy Graham from 5?
6. He's number 6.
How far away is he from number 5? Like in terms of touchdowns?
Okay, I got you. 1. So I mean,
let's get it.
And actually, he's only 3 behind Deuce and 5 behind Ingram. So he has a chance of being third all time.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. If we throw the ball in the red zone like we should.
Shout out to Colston.
Yeah, man. The quiet storm, baby.
He had a sneaky, great career.
And guess what? Never Pro Bowl.
Never.
That's trash. Just like Breeze never being an MVP winner is trash.
Yeah.
We should give them those like post careerly.
Yeah. He'll go down as he's got to be the greatest quarterback to never win an MVP.
Yeah, it's not even close. That should be kind of like hey guys, we screwed up. Here you go.
All right, let's move on. Next game, our Detroit Lions, 42-24 against the Panthers without Amon-Ra St. Brown, without Jahmyr Gibbs. They still got it done in a big way. Yeah, they're rolling, man. They're rolling 4-1, and next week I believe they get the first flex game of the year. Yeah, first flex game of the year to the 3:00 slate against Tampa and Baker. So it's gonna be a great game for me. Can't wait for that. But yeah, the Detroit 20 for 28, 236 and 3 touchdowns for Goff. Rookie tight end Sam Laporta had 2 of those touchdowns. Josh Reynolds got another. David Montgomery 109 yards rushing. Carolina's not very good.
They're not.
Carolina might not win a game.
But Detroit is very good.
Bryce Young, probably the 3rd best quarterback in his class. And Carolina does not have their first-round pick this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of stuff going against against Carolina there. Miles Sanders today got out-carried by Chuba Hubbard. Miles Sanders has a big contract.
That was dumb.
We're all confused.
Yeah, everything's going bad. Hey, Von Bell led them in tackles. They paid him a lot. Did y'all see Alex Anzalone's news?
No, what's wrong with him?
We led the team in tackles today. His parents are in Israel. He can't get out the country. Yeah, they're on like some type of Christian group trip, something like that. I don't know. Can't get out the country. Yeah.
That's wild.
That's a Kyle subject. 'Cause I don't know what the crap's going on in Israel.
Do you want to know?
Atheism.
Oh, really?
No, that's jihad. That's jihad.
So we're having like a World War II Part 2.
It is a terrorist group sponsored by Iran. So state-sponsored terror.
They never do anything good.
Direct result of our weak stance on Iran. We basically freed up like I don't know, $30 billion of money that went to Iran. And as soon as Iran got the money, they started funding terrorists to go and do their dirty work in Israel. So, yeah.
And they're just like going in and killing people in Israel?
Yeah, they it was kind of a multi like air ground. So the way they do it typically is they just harass them with rockets. Well, Israel has the Iron Dome, so that's a system where they just shoot rockets out of the sky. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
That works, but they somehow penetrated Israeli lines and got in and actually were like shooting up villages, like towns, and like taking hostages. As of right now, there's like, I want to say like 600 dead and then dozens taken hostage. And then because they're a terrorist group, they take the hostages and then they keep them at points where militaries would typically strike. So like weapons caches, rocket sites, that kind of thing. So it's kind of rough, but honestly, like if the US wanted to stop this tomorrow, they could probably just send in some special forces teams and chop the head off the snake right there.
Hey, what do we know about Israel, Kyle?
They gonna win. No, they gonna win in the end.
They never lose a war. Never lost one.
Yeah, Bible says they win in the end, so it's gonna be all right. But
I can't remember what high school social studies teacher told me that. I've never forgotten it. They've never lost a war.
Yeah, they're bad to the bone. It's just that I don't know. In Israel is really well known for like their intelligence. So I don't know how they missed this attack. But honestly, terrorist groups are kind of hard to deal with as far as intelligence goes because they're kind of they can go prehistoric on you if they need to. And
Iran's just bad people.
Yeah.
Iran wants to annihilate the U.S. and Israel. They want to wipe us off the face of the planet. So Iran they may be close to a nuclear weapon too. So
are they gonna come near Jonesboro?
Barksdale is close enough to where if it got hit with a tactical nuke, it would suck for us. So
it would suck for us.
Yeah.
Is Barksdale going to be on there? Is that going to be on their target list?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We
that's what
we have B-52 bombers that fly out of Barksdale that randomly carry tactical nukes. So, like, yeah,
there might be a nuke in Shreveport right now.
There are nukes in Shreveport.
Oh.
Yeah, like they randomly patrol the skies and they don't know who has the nuke, I don't know who knows that. But yeah, that they randomly patrol the skies with tactical nukes.
We just have like one nuke and we roll around with it.
I don't know how many they have, but yeah, they have them like ready to go in the sky if they need to like go mess somebody up.
All right, when I hear the word nuke, I think of Call of Duty and the match ends. What does a nuke in real life do?
I mean, I don't know like what the payload is on, like, because I mean nobody's dropped one on a civilization since Hiroshima.
If a nuke gets dropped in Jonesboro, how far away does that affect?
Probably radiation, like significant radiation, probably into Ouachita Parish.
Oh,
so hour-ish,
maybe. Like,
okay.
But I'm talking significant radiation. Maybe a 3 hour radius.
In terms of like you'll get affected a little bit in a 3 hour radius.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they hit Barksdale, it would suck for us.
If they hit Barksdale, we move to Lafayette.
Yeah, I don't know what we do, man. Like,
We
I don't
moved.
know
We
what we do.
moved
I
to.
don't think they.
We moved to. I don't know.
We go to check the house.
Nashville. Yeah.
If they hit Barksdale though, it doesn't really matter because like honestly, if they hit Barksdale, like we're probably getting raptured up, and then the tribulation is probably going to start at that point.
And Kyle's ready. That's what Kyle's been waiting for.
Hey man, I know the Lord, so I'm going up. Yeah,
Mama, here, boom.
yeah. But I don't think that we would have to worry about it. Maybe like a dirty bomb or something in like a big city.
Dirty boot bomb.
Yeah. Something like a something like that in like a New York or that's probably more likely.
Yeah.
But here's it. Listen, there's some right wing conspiracy guys out there talking about the porous border and Iran and Hamas possibly having militants inside the U.S. by the thousands, ready to conduct some nasty stuff here in the States. If like we go support Israel, I doubt that's true, but it's possible.
Well, hey, while we're on the topic of politics, I didn't know we were voting for governor Saturday.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Didn't know old Edwards was like dying or retiring or whatever.
He's termed out.
Oh, we have that. Oh, I forgot about that.
So my meme is still floating around the internet, though. By the way, back in the day,
Water Boy.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher's daddy, and yeah.
Who are like the top two candidates for governor since we're here? Because I have no idea.
Landry. Yeah, Landry, and I don't know who the Dems are running. It really doesn't matter who they're running, though, because it's going to flip red this time because it was blue last time, and we go back and forth. So it'll be Landry.
Landry's polling at like 70%.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this random dude named Wilson, who is more liberal than Joe Biden, is what the commercial said.
You got to put that in there.
Yeah, he's polling at something percent. So.
And he probably posted a photo of Jeff Landry and Trump for his campaign, so
yeah.
That's how I found out this even happened this Saturday. I saw a commercial. I was like, wonder what the heck that dude's running. Sean Wilson, and I was like, oh, he's running for governor.
All right, well,
he was previously a rep, but anyways, yeah.
That's dirty boot on politics right there. I had to cover that. Yeah. Shout out Israel. Shout out Anzalone.
Undefeated.
Saints legend.
Never Hold it down for the Lions.
Never lost. Let's talk about Thursday's game, and then we'll continue to Sundays because I forgot about Thursday. But we covered our teams. What'd you say?
How did we get there?
Anzalone's parents are in Israel.
Right, that's
right. Yeah. Bears 40-20 over the Commanders. Bears winning the first game in about 320 days, I believe it was. DJ Moore went off. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Longest losing streak in franchise history. Justin Fields looked good. I don't know what the crap the Bears are going to do. They're not going to win too many more games, probably. No. But at the same time, they got to win, and I think they're heading into a bye. No, they're not heading to a bye, but they get the 10-day break, and then they play the Vikings, Raiders, Chargers, Saints, Panthers. So there is a window for some wins for Chicago. They are 1-4 right now, but I mean, with those games coming up, I wouldn't be shocked if we see a 3-5 or so. And with the NFC, that might keep them fighting as the year goes on. I would advise Chicago to get DJ Moore the ball. It seems like that's working.
Why didn't they just double team or bracket DJ Moore in that game?
I don't know.
He was their only offense.
Yeah, pretty much. They didn't throw it to another receiver. I think it was DJ Moore, Robert Tonyan, and Cole Kmet were the three people that caught balls, and they scored.
And
40
Tonyan
points.
only had 10 yards.
Yeah, they scored 40 points that way. That's crazy. Shout out to the Bears though. Let's go to London. Jaguars, Bills. 25-20 Jags win. The Bills last week lost Tre'Davious White to an Achilles. This week they lose Matt Milano to a knee injury, probably for the year. Hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Arguably their two best defensive players. The safeties are still holding up for now. I think Poyer missed last week because Hamlin was active.
Yep. Micah Hyde will have a head injury
Von
soon.
Miller just came back.
Yep.
So that is a little bit of a positive, but
AJ Epinesa had a great game.
AJ Epinesa, okay. I mean, they got a couple of those guys on the edge that
I got to watch a little bit of it, and the comment made by the commentators, and this was like second or third quarter, they said, you can tell what team has been in London for over a week.
Yeah, that's definitely a freaking advantage.
I would not have put that as my number one bet. I wouldn't have bet it if I'd have known or if I would have remembered that the Jags have been there for a week. So shame on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
But it's an understandable loss. But,
yeah, it is.
T-Law looked good. T-Law looked good, man.
T-Law won me $40, so shout out Touchdown Jesus for the first time ever.
He's a good ball player.
Yeah, I've been kind of confused at why they've sucked, but all they had to do was go to London and get their swagger back. So went 2-0, and they're coming back home. So the Bills will be fine, though. It's not.
They've been there for a week. They've been there for a week. You think any of them picked up an accent while they're over
been there 2 weeks, probably.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean they've been there since.
Surely they have a bye week.
They played October 1st, so they probably got there September 25th.
Wow.
I mean, think about that. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm assuming they have a bye.
If they don't, they piss somebody off. No, they play.
They play at home against the Colts, and then they get Thursday night in New Orleans.
Wow.
Talk about a culture shock right there, huh?
T-Law's going to throw for
1,000.
100 yards on the Saints.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Saints, not LSU. Got to remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not a bad loss for the Bills. Good win for the Jags, though. Both teams 3-2. Both are kind of where we expected them on the year. So good for them. Let's see. Texans, Falcons. Chance left for a minute. He's going to be back, he said. Texans, Falcons. We'll run through this. We might be done by the time he's back. We'll see. Yeah, Texans, Falcons. CJ Stroud made a great drive at the end of that game.
He's pretty good.
CJ Stroud's so good. I'm very excited to see him panning out the way he is. Set the record today for most passing attempts to start a career without a pick. He still has not thrown one. I think he's like at 320, somewhere around there, something like that.
That's impressive. That's a lot of balls, man. That's a lot of throws.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, he drove down the field, scored a touchdown, make it 19-18 with not much time left, maybe a minute or so, and then Desmond Ridder answered right back and drove them down the field a little bit with the help of I think they had a penalty or something against the Texans that helped them a little bit.
How are the Texans just still so bad?
I mean, they're 2-3, and they're two. I mean, I think all three of their losses were pretty close. 31-20 against the Colts.
But going into this
game, the Ravens.
I really felt like they were going to beat the Falcons.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to see them next week. We get Texans against the Saints.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Maybe that'll be a wake up call for CJ. Welcome to the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. But the Falcons, I heard another interesting stat about Ridder, who threw for 329 today. Pretty impressive there.
What?
And yeah, Kyle Pitts came alive as well.
We finally started throwing to Pitts. Then.
Yeah. Ridder has not lost a game as a Falcon at home in his career. I think he's 5-0 or 6-0, one of those. And he also never lost a game at home in Cincinnati.
I remember that
29-0 in college as a starter.
I remember that in college, but I did not think I would see a stat line like that out of him.
No, he
28
he
for
looked
37.
pretty good. Now the Texans are without a couple people. I believe Stingley's on the IR. I know Petre's there, but they're kind of banged up. Their O-line did get healthy this week, but Texans are still a good team, coached by D'Amico Ryans. So, I mean, putting up 300-plus yards on a D'Amico Ryans defense is impressive. Yeah, they only scored 21 points, but still.
Yeah. Pitts had 11 targets, so he got the
Yeah,
memo.
that's what they need to freaking do. He's a cheat code. It's crazy.
Pitts, and then London, and that's how it should go.
And
week.
Bijan, right?
Yeah, that should be your recipe.
Yeah, use those three guys, and Desmond Ridder can have a career. There's no reason why he can't.
Yeah.
Falcons 3-2. I mean, they're kind of going the way they are expected to. They're winning the games they probably should. Losing the games they probably should lose. So,
Yeah.
not expecting much different throughout the year for them. They'll probably be right around 500 and probably sneak into the playoffs. We'll see. Colts Titans. Anthony Richardson did go down with a shoulder injury. We were thinking collarbone. It looked pretty bad. Got ruled out right around halftime, but X-rays were negative. Looks like it's some type of AC joint sprain, kind of like Derek Carr. So hopefully he bounces back from that. Minshew didn't look bad, but it's definitely a difference in their offense because they do rely on the Richardson running attack a little bit more than I honestly expected. Minshew finished 11 for 14 for 155. He doesn't take he doesn't take the deep shots that Richardson does. Richardson's just got that cannon that helps out with like Josh Downs, the rookie receiver, and gets Pittman a little bit more space. But yeah, I mean Minshew's more of your intermediate target type of guy, and yeah, that's what you want from a backup quarterback. He's the perfect guy for that role, and he needs to fill in.
He may be one of the best like backups in the league.
Yeah, I mean between like him, Jacoby Brissett, Taylor Heineke, like those kind of guys, Jameis Winston.
They can come cold and
absolutely
and win you a game. So that's
they're not gonna really lose you a game either.
Yep.
Weird situation in the Indianapolis backfield. Zach Moss runs 23 carries, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. 2 days after Jonathan Taylor, or no, 1 day after Jonathan. No, I don't know when did he sign that contract? Thursday, Friday?
Just a few days ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Signs that contract, 3 years, $42 million, I believe, 28 guaranteed. Not a terrible contract. I'm actually a fan of it because, I mean, it's essentially a 2-year deal for a great running back while you're paying a rookie quarterback, so you can kind of do that. But he only got 6 carries today, 18 yards. They said they're going to try to work him back in a little bit slow, and might not be what you expect whenever you hear bell cow running back gets paid, that we're going to use him slowly, but you can't necessarily fault them for that.
You want to see that Kamara usage if you're going to pay a guy.
Yeah,
which is why
definitely.
I didn't worry too much when we paid AK just because he's so productive.
Yeah. Colts are 3-2 on the year now, which is kind of crazy. I don't think many people expected that for them. And some good wins. Titans, Texans, Ravens. I mean, those are all solid. And then they lost by 6 to the Rams, 10 to the Jags. They get the Jags again next week. So hopefully Richard's not hurt too bad and gets back out there. Dolphins, Giants. Devon A-Chain's really fast. And so is Tyreek Hill. A-Chain, 11 carries for 151 and a touchdown. I think he had like a 70-yard touchdown as well. Tyreek Hill, 8 for 181 and a touchdown. They set the record for most yards through 5 games in NFL history. I think they broke the greatest show on turf's record by, I think, 60 yards.
Wow.
So they're on a historical pace. Obviously, the 70-point game helps out a lot with that, but the team
Tyreek Hill's
crazy, man.
Tyreek Hill's already like 300 something yards away from 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he's a freak. He's a cheat code. He I have my offensive player of the year future on him, so I'm glad that.
Yeah, that was a heck of a pick.
Yeah, that looks like it's on its way as long as he stays healthy.
And they got Chase Claypool coming too, right?
Yeah. I think Mike McDaniel was like, I don't know what you guys want me to say. He's fast.
He's fast. Yeah.
Like, why did y'all get him? He's fast. And that's the most Mike McDaniel answer ever.
I've always liked Claypool, man.
Yeah, he can be solid. He needs a better system around him, or I guess a better structure than what he was getting with Chicago.
For sure. I liked him when he was in
Pittsburgh, Notre Dame.
Pittsburgh,
yeah. He was fine in Pittsburgh. I mean, whenever he got traded for a second round pick, so it was definitely highly touted coming out of there.
And talk about like leveling up, man, going from the Bears to the Dolphins.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. The Dolphins scored 31 points, and they had a goal line interception that the Giants took back 102 yards, I believe. So 31 was probably a little bit more than that in terms of, field positioning, and I think they settled for a field goal pretty close as well. So that 31 could have very easily been probably 42. They're a unit. They are. Ravens Steelers in the most Ravens Steelers type of game ever. It was 10-5 at one point, because that's a score you see often. Steelers had a safety.
Only in Ravens Steelers games.
Yeah. Steelers had a safety on a blocked punt. There was a couple fumbles. TJ Watt was making plays. The Ravens receivers were dropping balls, just classic Ravens Steelers type things. Rashad Bateman sucked so bad he didn't do media today. That's how it goes. The Steelers they're just that kind of game though. It's almost one that you just throw out the records and throw out the teams. Like, they're going to be even. I believe in the past, what was it? The past 20 years, they're split.
Yeah.
In their series. So it's
very similar teams.
Even. Yeah, they are. About as even as you can get. George Pickens made some big plays. He's a good receiver. It's just he don't really have much to him. He's going to be a deep threat, and you need to throw him a contested type of ball, and he'll go and get it for you. But if you're asking for anything else than that, then you're probably not going to get
Lamar had a chance to tie it up or possibly win it with a 2-point conversion there at the end. I really thought that I don't know. I flipped it on there at the end and was kind of hoping to see a little magic.
Yeah, TJ Watt was just freaking. He wouldn't be stopped.
He's
crazy.
A monster.
He is. He really is. As much as I hate to admit it, he is. Eagles Rams, pretty good game. 23-14. Eagles shut out the Rams in the second half and only scored 6 points themselves. Dallas Goedert finally got involved. I had him as a fantasy player this week. He goes for a solid 117 yards. My bad. I had him as a fantasy player this year, and then I traded him this week along with DJ Moore to tie. So probably the best tight end and the best wide receiver of the week. Traded both of them
in the
same
Snake
trade.
And Snake
auction, I believe.
Okay, thank God.
No. Ty got DJ Moore in auction this week, and then played against DJ Moore and Snake. So he was like, I can't even be excited about it. That's the pain of multiple leagues right there. But yeah, Goddard 8 for 117 and a touchdown. I saw him also. Yeah, he had a 49-yard catch on a streak up the sideline, which was the weirdest route I've ever seen Dallas Goedert run. I've never seen him run anything more than like a 10-yard in. But it's kind of weird. Devontae Smith only 1 catch for 6 yards. But whenever A.J. Brown gets 127, Goddard gets 117. You have 159 on the ground. The ball, there's only one ball. Cooper Kupp is back, and he's Cooper Kupp. 8 catches for 118. But Puka Nacua did not go away. 7 catches for 71, and he called a touchdown. Stafford threw for 222, So pretty much every ball went to Cooper Kupp or Puka Nakua, which you can't blame them with the way that they've been playing. That Eagles defense, though, it's legit. They've struck gold on Jalen Carter. He had 2 sacks today.
Which, I mean, you kind of knew you had gold when he came out.
Yeah. And it's so crazy that he went pick 11.
Yeah.
Like
that was the Saints pick.
Yeah. Oh man, he's so good. Like there's a legit case that he's a top 5, top 3 type D tackle in the NFL right now, and he's played 5 games. Like that's how good he is. And he's gonna get better, and they're gonna get better. Jordan Davis will come around. He's getting better and better each week. They'll get healthier. The Eagles are the Eagles. They're 5-0, yet it feels like they still haven't fully clicked, which is scary for the rest of the NFL.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah. While on the other hand, the Niners are 5-0, and it feels like there's no extra level to the Niners.
Yeah, they've maxed out.
Yeah, they're playing their perfect ball right now, while the Eagles.
They called a flea flicker earlier.
The Eagles might be playing their worst ball we'll see them play this year. I think they'll just continue to get better as the weeks go on. But yeah, Eagles win 23-14.
That's your NFC Championship matchup either way, though.
If it's not, then it's going to be a disappointment for the NFL. Because
if it's not, then it'll be Detroit.
Needed. Oh, Detroit is NFC, man. Forget about that.
4-1, baby.
Yeah, that's
and
possible.
the Hoodats.
Yeah, no.
And the Hoodats. Don't count them out. And Baker. Can't forget about Baker. Let's see what we got next. Bengals Cardinals. Finally looks like Joe Burrow came alive. And Jamar Chase, who said, "I'm always effing open," he was right.
Was always effing open today.
15 catches for 192 and 3 touchdowns. He said, "DJ Moore, screw you. I can do whatever you do."
But DJ Moore still had more fantasy points.
I think it depends on your league. DJ Moore went for 230 and on 8 catches. Chase went for 190 on 15 with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So Chase had 7 more catches and 40 less yards. So yeah, Chase had more. Unless you play with like a half PPR league or
our league,
like a 1.5 receiving yards type league or something. But yeah, both of them had freak weeks. Burrow threw a deep bomb to Chase, which is something we have not seen this year. Felt like he was
about time.
It felt like he was loose with his body at that point. Maybe he's kind of getting healthy again. Even the first half, I was starting to write them off for the year. And then
the Cardinals are bad.
But at the same time, the Cardinals feel good. It's weird.
They've been every game this year.
Yeah. The Cardinals aren't good, but
they've been good enough for old boy not to get fired.
Yeah. Like there's definitely promise.
Yes.
And Josh Dobbs has played well. He didn't play very good today. With the
I didn't even know that guy
though,
was still in the league.
Yeah. With the Bengals, here's their my God, their upcoming schedule. Seahawks, bye week. Niners, Bills, Texans, Ravens, Steelers, Jaguars, Colts.
Yeah, they're not a playoff team anymore.
Vikings, and then Vikings, Steelers, Chiefs, Browns. Man, they ain't got an easy game from here on out. Their easiest game is the Texans, probably, and then the Vikings, if we're looking at straight up record. But the Vikings are still dangerous.
Yep.
They better hope Burrow's healthy. Next game, Jets, Broncos. What a game that was. 31-21 Jets. Shout out Nathaniel Hackett. That was the whole storyline of him and Sean Payton coming in. That was some funny stuff. Jets made the joke of the year, posting the Kevin James home team clip, saying the champions of the preseason beat you or something like that. Very, very cool stuff. The Broncos aren't very good.
They're horrible.
The Broncos aren't very good. Russell Wilson might not be back. Hey, don't worry, they get the Chiefs Thursday night.
Sean Payton chewed on him.
Yeah, at the end. I saw that.
He toted the rock like it was a loaf of bread.
Yep.
But Wilson has always done that, man. He'll get that ball way away from his body, and it got poked out. I mean, I
mean, we're all expecting the Broncos to go into Arrowhead Thursday night and win, though, right?
That's probably what's going to end up happening.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
But I'm kind of seeing what everybody else has been saying. Like, I don't think Peyton likes Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
And I don't think he likes Coach Payton.
Well, here's their next 4: Chiefs, Packers, Chiefs, Bills. Are the Broncos going to be 1-8? There's a very real chance. Do they have their pick?
No, we have it. I think no, we got their second.
We have their second, which is going to be a top 40 pick.
What did we say before the season?
They weren't winning 8 games.
If they don't win the first one of the first,
we said they had to win the first 2 or their season's over, and they lost both of them, and they're 1-4 now.
Yep.
Russ really hasn't been that bad this year.
Oh no, Russ hasn't been terrible, but at the same time, like
they're not on the same
Dalton's
page.
Got to give, man. Their defense also has been historically bad.
Yeah,
and everybody thought that was gonna be a strength.
Yeah, but they did lose their DC to Carolina, which Carolina hasn't been good at defense either.
My prediction for next year is Dennis Allen gets fired. Because he underachieves and he ends up the DC in Denver next year, and Sean Payton starts another little mini dynasty over there.
Who's the quarterback?
Taysom.
I don't know. Maybe he's the next Steve Young, right?
He's got time. He's got plenty of time. He's only 33.
Yeah, but that's like 23 in Mormon years. They don't even take in caffeine, man.
Oh god,
that clean life.
Did you see the memes about the Amish? Did y'all not? So the alerts that went off at 1:20 the other day on the phones.
Yeah,
there's reports that like people were getting shunned from the Amish communities because their hidden phones were revealed whenever the alarm went off.
I love it, man. I love it. Like, people were talking about the prison.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even get that. Like, my mind doesn't like think like that, so I didn't even realize. But the Amish is hilarious.
Yeah,
that's freaking funny.
I got my iPhone at Rumspringer.
Oh man.
The wind up, I swear.
And they thought it was the freaking devil.
They didn't know what it was.
No. Chiefs, Vikings.
That's when you look at the person who knows what a cell phone is and go like, well, how do you know what this is?
Yeah. Chiefs, Vikings, last game of the 3:00 slate, 27-20 Chiefs. Looked like Travis Kelce messed everything up. I don't know what the crap that injury was. It turned out to be a low ankle sprain, and he played later in the game. It looked. I initially thought Achilles the way that he went down, not non-contact. He just like went down to the ground, spiked his helmet, like was everything that made you think, "Oh crap, this is over." And another funny Twitter interaction whenever he went to the locker room and stuff and was questionable, and all the Swifties on Twitter were making their accounts ban turf in the NFL. So a lot of NFL guys were like, we hope that Travis Kelce's hurt because the Swifties will get every stadium to have natural grass. That would have been a little bit of a silver lining if that did happen, but thankfully not, because I mean that would have essentially ruined the Chiefs season. We saw how they looked week 1. But Chiefs they won the game 27-20. It was kind of just almost an Eagles type game where they got the win and got out of there.
Are the calls that bad for the Chiefs right now? Like, are they getting all the calls right now, or is that just?
Dude, I just a tweet about that a minute ago.
Did you see the Snead video?
Yes.
So Snead took off his helmet close to the end of the game. I think the game was already over, and the ref came up to him and said, "Dude, put your helmet on." Because if you take your helmet off, you're supposed to get a penalty immediately.
Yeah.
He had already taken his helmet off, and the ref comes up and says, "Put your helmet on." He puts it on. They never threw the flag.
Swifties are powerful, man.
They are insanely powerful. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've never believed they had different rules until that. that felt suspect.
Yeah, and y'all saw.
I'm a conspiracy guy, man. I
saw all the commercial stuff with Taylor.
No,
the NFL. The NFL was like last weekend. They contacted ESPN, CBS, NBC, Fox, all of them, pretty much begging them to run free commercials for the Eras Tour film.
Yeah,
and I think the only ones that did it was and ESPN. I think they did it. The other Fox and NBC, I do not think did something like that. So people are starting to think that they're just trying to get Taylor fully on their side for next year for the Super Bowl show, which can't blame them.
She won't ever do it though because she's a Coke girl and not Pepsi.
Whoa,
that's why she's never done it. You didn't know that?
She's a Coke girl.
Done it. She's affiliated with Coca-Cola. That is like the legitimate reason why she's never done it.
Beyonce has Pepsi.
Well, that's what somebody said on Twitter.
Interesting. Never heard of that.
Can't believe we're talking about the Swifties and Taylor Swift on Dirty Boot.
Heck yeah, man. Runs the world.
Well, I read an article like after the first Taylor Swift game. And
the first Taylor Swift game.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. Because the article was like, Taylor Swift moves the U.S. economy.
She does.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. Vikings fall to 1-4 on the year. Disappointing, but I don't think it's entirely surprising. As we all know, last year they went 11-1 in one-score games. Their 4 losses this year, all one-score games. So
yeah, that team feels really good to be that record.
Yeah, they do. And looking at their upcoming schedule, they get the Bears, who have the same record as the Vikings, which is crazy. The Niners, Packers, Falcons, Saints, Broncos, Bears, Raiders, Bengals, Lions, Packers, Lions. Some easy games, some hard games, but I don't think they're the type of team that could beat the Niners just because they have the talent, and it'd be something that shouldn't happen, but it does. I mean, like today, I was considering betting on the Chiefs, but I was like, the Vikings could win this game and the Chiefs could kind of sleepwalk, and I would not be surprised at all. And it was a one-score game and went down very to the end. So, that's it for that one. Last game, Cowboys-Niners. As we talked about a little bit earlier, the Niners are very good. Niners might be the best team in football. I think it's hard not to say them right now.
They've been the best since week 1.
I mean, we're down to them and the Eagles, right? Undefeated.
Yeah.
And then at 4-1, who do you have? You have the Lions, the Chiefs, the Dolphins,
might be it.
And then the Seahawks and Bucks are both 3-1. So, yeah, I mean, Niners and Eagles definitely feel like they're the best teams right now, but it feels like the Niners are a little bit more. They've already hit their groove, which is kind of scary to say week 5.
They were in 1.
Yeah, they were in their groove week 1, and don't know how that. I don't know if you want that if you're a Niners fan.
Can you do it weeks?
Do what?
Can they do it for 18 weeks? Is the question.
Yeah, can they do it for 23 weeks, 22 weeks? That's the bigger question, because I mean we've seen them for the past decade be able to win the games in the regular season and then get to the playoffs and inevitably fail, which I mean that's the reason Jimmy G is no longer the quarterback. Can they make it? Can they actually put it together when it matters at the end of the year? Because there's no doubt that they're going to be there. It's just what team's going to be there at that moment. And
I don't think Brock Purdy gets injured again like he did. I mean, that was a freak accident, and that was a game where he was all right, like put up or shut up, and then like he's trying to throw the ball and gets, his freaking elbow torn.
But what was the score of that game? Wasn't it like 27-0 or something like that?
After the fact, yeah.
But like still at the same time, the Eagles put up enough points on that Niners defense to where was Brock Purdy going to score 30 on the Eagles defense?
I don't know, but it was a momentum
it changed
shift.
everything. Yeah, it did.
It was a momentum shift.
It would have been a great game, and hopefully we get that chance this year.
Yeah. Which
I'm trying to think. I'm wondering if there's any way that it's going to happen. Like, there's no way that one of them isn't the 1 seed. Like, are the Lions going to sneak in and be the 1 seed or anything?
I mean, it's possible.
Because it would suck if the Niners and Eagles are 2 and 3.
Yeah,
it would suck, and they have to play in the division round.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty bad.
Unless you're a Lions fan.
Yeah. Or the Saints have already lost 2 games, and we'll probably
unless we get a new offensive coordinator or not.
Or Baker runs the show. Tampa's still leading the NFC South, so
possible.
It is. So hey, somebody's got to win that Lions-Bucks matchup next week. So whoever wins that might have the road to the 1 seed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the Cowboys though. I mean, what do you even say about them?
Stephen A. Smith, man.
Oh, he's gonna be.
How about them Cowboys?
He said Dak was gonna have 2 picks.
And Dak had 2 picks.
Yep, there you go.
It's crazy.
Stephen A. knows Cowboys.
Yeah. Did I win my fantasy matchups? That's the more important question here.
I did not. Peyton slaughtered me.
Boom. I did by 6 points. 8
I
points.
put 300 up for back-to-back weeks.
You put 300 up?
Well, 299.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right.
6 Jefferson.
We get Monday Night Football tomorrow night. Raiders, Packers, the Devontae Adams Bowl, the Jordy Nelson Bowl. I can't think of any others. Anything else with this week? On the drop? Or we can get out of here.
I don't got nothing.
All right. Well, that's it for this. Go freaking Braves.
Yes.
6-2 Braves. 4 runs off Zach Wheeler. Maximum Fried, 6 innings, shut down bullpen work.
We're trying something new, Kyle. Me and Claire watching the game together.
It could be dangerous.
What time is the game tomorrow?
5:07.
I might come over there.
It's going to be dangerous.
If you come and we win, you have to stay. You have to go to all of them.
Okay. Well, you got to lock up the firearms in the house too.
I'm more of a nice guy.
Oh, God. He's a cutter. Sorry, that was inappropriate. But
I sent a picture of a knife if the Warriors lose a mid-November game.
I'm gonna do it.
Warriors fall to 10-7 on the year. I hate this. Yeah, we lose a road game in Detroit while resting Steph and Clay.
It's not good enough.
I'm gonna burn this mother down.
Chris Paul's gonna miss a elbow jumper to lose this game this year. That's gonna happen.
I gotta call Dad, calm him down.
God, I can't wait for the Warriors. Go Braves! Let's get a freaking win tomorrow. We're gonna win. We might win in 4. We might win in 4. Citizen Bank Park is our place. We're gonna own Citizens Bank Park. We're gonna turn it Navy. Screw Red October. It's Navy October.
Forget the Philly fans.
Acuna will hit a homer in Philadelphia.
I want to see 6 homers.
Aaron Nola is overrated. Ranger Suarez is there too, and they don't treat him like one. We need to bring Ranger to the Atlanta. He'll fit in with our team, and we'll give him respect. Aaron Nola is a bum. We're getting 5 runs off of him Wednesday.
In the first.
Maybe. He's a bum. And then Maximum Freed will be right back for Spencer Strider will be back for game 4, revenge game in Philadelphia, ready to show the world that he is him. Braves in 4.
Let's go. Chop on, baby.
You go Diamondbacks.
Please.
Go Diamondbacks. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
That's it.